Here's an isolated tribe in the Amazon rainforest, and it might just be uncontacted. As you can see, there's multiple buildings with a massive clearing in the center, and not only that, but as you zoom out, you can see so many other clearings in the surrounding areas. As you start to back out even more, you really get an idea of just how much land they have covered over here, and even over on the western part. And as you start to look around, you really get an idea just how much of it is cleared out. I know people feel a certain way when the word uncontacted is used because it's kind of nuanced in a way. So I've started just saying isolated tribe because they are literally as isolated as you can get. And look at the size of the Amazon rainforest. It is unreal how large the rainforest is. And just here in the middle of nowhere, you have this tribe just minding their own business. So the cool thing about this tribe, and I've looked around a little bit with the surrounding area, and right here, I can't tell if it's a trail. It sure looks like it to my eyes. And as you start to go over and kind of follow this natural path, and when you end up over here, you find another little clearing. But this time it's only two of them. It's a lot smaller little buildings. They're kind of made just in a slant like this. And this is actually insane. We're essentially playing Alien with these uncontacted or isolated tribes, and they're obviously all on a defense mode and very, very angry. But my point is that the buildings are built in the exact same way, or they look the same. This clearing is also pretty similar as far as what it looks like from Google Earth's view, but I don't actually know what these are. Could someone tell me in the comments if these are palmettos or exactly what these are to build the roofs? Because when you compare them side by side, it's pretty crazy how similar they look. All the way from Google Earth's view, and then all the way down from their point of view. And even when you go from this one, you go up and around a little bit, and there's even more little whatever these are. So I do want to get your opinion, anyone who's watching this. And as you back out a little of this one and head over, you also see this. And I don't know if those are old buildings. It looks like they're too attached to be the same building as over here, even though I don't know. It's hard to tell from this view, but it just kind of got me wondering, is this simply a clearing for a logging company or something? It wouldn't make any sense to me because there's no straight road out of here, and we're literally in the middle of nowhere. Look at this. So I'm discovering these along with you guys, and I didn't realize that there's one right down here as well. I was kind of just looking around and like, oh my God, I just found another one. No, this does not look like a logging company to me, unless I'm wrong. But like I was saying, there's no straight road out of here. They're straight up in the middle of nowhere in the Amazon rainforest. But yeah, even more clearings over here. So whatever tribe this is, they've clearly established some sort of range, and like this is a pretty solid range. So starting up here to the very bottom, it is 5,000 meters, and let's get that into American terms. Let's do miles. It is 3 miles away. So they have this much land covered, possibly by the same tribe. I don't know. And then on top of that, when you get the ruler and go from Santa Maria de los Guaycas and Comunidad Yanomami, I'm trying, guys, I swear. You go from here to isolated tribe, 36 miles. That is actually insane. Okay, so let's go to the other one. Comunidad Yanomami to isolated tribe, 33 miles. This is crazy. This is truly how remote these people are. Completely self-sustaining, figured out the food, figured out the water, the shelter. It's truly amazing what these people have come up with. I just find this stuff so interesting, especially because they're living like how we did 50, 60,000 years ago, or however long. Like they still live essentially the same as we did in primitive terms all that time ago. Okay, so let's identify a good food source. So a good food source is over here with this little river, and let's back out and just see, yeah, just keeps on going. So you zoom back in, and you know they're gonna have plenty of food, plenty of water in here. I don't know how or if they can filter it, or they most likely just rely on rainwater. But as far as food, I'm sure that they get piranhas or something out of the river and cook them up and eat them. And they're obviously gonna have a lot more animals to eat. I don't know the ecosystem as well, so I'm gonna have to do some research and see what else they would actually eat here. So I created a Discord channel a couple of days ago. Link is gonna be in the description. And the reason that's relevant is because both Adam Icos and Stars are the ones that recommended me to actually check out this site. So if you guys want to be featured in upcoming videos, join the link in the description down below, throw the coordinates in the appropriate channel, and I'll do my best to cover them. So heading over to isolated tribe number 2, here in the Amazon rainforest, you can see 2 little huts and a small clearing over here as well. most likely just to get wood and lumber, and it also looks like 2 other possible buildings here. And for circle huts, this might be what we're looking at from the ground level. It's a thatched roof that goes in another slanted motion, but this one, it's obviously a circle, so 360. And then there's a bunch of sticks that are put vertically all the way around to support the top structure. So if you check out the clearing over here, very green, very cleared. And then you go over here and you can tell that this is actually where they got a lot of the wood or lumber from. You can see the felled trees right here. So they got a good little thing going on right here. They got their own sections cleared out. And then if you back out a little bit more, you can also find this other one over here. When you start looking around the rainforest and Google Earth in general, you'd be really surprised how many of these isolated tribes you can find. Now, the million-dollar question is, are they uncontacted? And I don't know. I really have no idea how to tell if these ones specifically are uncontacted, but where's an airstrip? Like, where are you gonna go to actually talk to these tribes? If you didn't know, the main access point of the Amazon rainforest is actually the Amazon River, or rivers that flow through the entire system. So the only real way you're getting to this tribe is if you're following this entire little river system all the way down, and you're just hoping that it's high enough for you to actually get downstream. So if you were somehow lucky enough to follow the stream all the way there, it would be quite a long time, but you would finally make it to find these little huts. So I've looked around a good bit, and really the only sizable camp of some sort that's inhabited is Campo Domingo. You take the pin, go over here, 58 miles. That is genuinely insane. This is how isolated these tribes are. It is just as crazy as North Sentinel Island. I love the idea of North Sentinel Island, just everything about it, how they don't want contact with us, but we apparently want contact with them. You can argue it's the same story for the Amazon, but there's like thousands and thousands of square miles of the same thing for the single tribe that's on North Sentinel Island. Basically, for every one North Sentinel Island, you have like potentially hundreds of tribes, if not thousands, but most likely hundreds. So this is a great location. Shout out to Stars on the Discord channel. I appreciate it, man. Again, if you guys want to be featured in the videos, join the Discord and post a comment. So isolated tribe number 3 here in the Amazon rainforest, and it's another one of these circle huts, but I can't really find much else around it. So you don't see much until you start moving around. But if you head northeast, you come across this little structure here. Then you come across what looks like a runway, like a plane runway. So this one actually got me thinking, okay, this probably isn't an uncontacted tribe by any means, considering it's this close to a literal landing strip. And it is technically isolated because it's kind of in the middle of nowhere in the Amazon rainforest, but is it isolated because it's right next to this airport? I just don't have an answer because I don't know the specifics of this tribe. I'm sure if we looked hard enough, we could find specific documentation on what this airstrip is and what relationship that it has to this little building. So the most likely scenario is that this is actually a contacted tribe, and this airstrip is used for people who come in, talk to them, interview them. I don't really know the case, but it seems pretty likely that these guys are isolated, but they are contacted. So I figured this would be a fun one to throw in at the end. Unless the people of the Amazon rainforest have figured out how to make a landing strip and airplanes, I don't think this is theirs. Whoever built it is seemingly using it because it's still cleared out. So that's all I had for today's video. I wanted to switch it up and check out the Amazon rainforest because it's just as cool as North Sentinel Island, and it's on the other part of the world. So again, hop into the Discord with the link below, go to the appropriate channel and throw some comments in there of the coordinates you guys find. Again, I really appreciate all the support. It's been awesome to watch the channel grow. If you guys have any suggestions, leave them in the comments. You know I read them, and I'll see you guys on the next video. See ya.